Kind of one of the things I have in here is a question or getting people who complain a lot, how to get them motivated to action. And this sounds like something that you start at your level. You don't have to worry about changing the national scene if your locality is something that you can touch and really have an effect at doing.
Right, but local action can sweep nations and worlds. I mean, there was a great story I heard that I had not heard before recently, and I remember this period of time because I was in college and I carried my little list for boycotts. But there were three greengrocers in Ireland in this small little neighborhood. It was, three little old Irish ladies in Central Ireland who decided they were going to stop carrying grapefruits. This was the late '80s because South Africa was the biggest exporter of grapefruits.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've heard this story.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, okay, great, no one likes grapefruits in Ireland, but go ahead, we won't sell them. But they kept doing it, and then people would show up and volunteer. There was a man from South Africa who came and volunteered with them, who later turned out was Nelson Mandela's cellmate, but never told them. But they swept the movement across Ireland, across the UK, across Europe. We all, of course, engaged in boycotts here in the United States. Apartheid fell, and they were invited to Nelson Mandela's inauguration. I mean, if you start in your little... Barack Obama was a community organizer south side of Chicago. You start in your local community. You may not become president because most folks don't.
Right.
But you're going to change the world.
Right.
If you do something in your community to make things better. My folks used to say all the time, and they would teach my brother and sister and I this, that if you have an opportunity and the ability to make a difference, you have an obligation to try.
Okay.
And that difference could just be for your neighbor.
Right.
It can be for your church. I taught a class for a while, a number of years ago, and I used to ask the students how they defined community.
Okay.
And was it your church, your dorm room, your neighborhood, your country, whatever it was, and then what do you feel your obligation is to that community? And then what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And that's, if we all ask ourselves that, sweeping change can look a lot different to people. It doesn't always have to be sweeping away apartheid, although we should always try to whenever we see it. But it can make a huge difference, particularly now when people are hungry in this country. Just, finding a way to give a little bit back just makes a huge difference.
And